The relationship between science and Christianity has been a topic of debate for centuries. While some scientists are also devout Christians, others have been vocal in their attempts to convince Christians that God is not real. This endeavor is often met with resistance and even hostility from the Christian community who see it as an attack on their faith. However, the motivations behind scientists' attempts to persuade Christians that God is not real are complex and multifaceted. One reason scientists may try to convince Christians that God is not real is that they see faith and science as mutually exclusive. From a scientific perspective, the natural world operates according to laws and principles that can be observed, measured, and tested. The concept of God, on the other hand, is often seen as a supernatural entity that cannot be empirically proven or disproven. This leads some scientists to view faith as a form of superstition or dogma that is incompatible with the scientific method. By attempting to convince Christians that God is not real, scientists may be trying to promote a more rational and evidence-based worldview. Another reason scientists may try to persuade Christians that God is not real is that they see the concept of God as a hindrance to scientific progress. Throughout history, religious dogma has often been used to suppress scientific inquiry and stifle dissenting voices. The Catholic Church's persecution of Galileo, for example, is often cited as an example of how religious authority can be used to silence scientific discovery. By promoting a secular worldview, scientists may be trying to create an environment in which scientific inquiry can flourish without fear of reprisal or censorship. Some scientists may also try to convince Christians that God is not real because they see the concept of God as a form of emotional or psychological crutch. From a psychological perspective, the concept of God can provide comfort, solace, and a sense of meaning in an uncertain world. However, some scientists may view this as a form of intellectual laziness or avoidance, where individuals rely on faith rather than reason and evidence to explain the world around them. By challenging the concept of God, scientists may be trying to encourage people to think more critically and take responsibility for their own understanding of the world. It is also possible that some scientists try to convince Christians that God is not real because they are motivated by a desire to promote a more secular and humanist worldview. This perspective emphasizes human agency, reason, and compassion as the primary drivers of human progress, rather than divine intervention. By promoting a secular worldview, scientists may be trying to create a more inclusive and equitable society, where individuals are free to pursue their own path without fear of judgment or persecution. Finally, it is worth noting that not all scientists are trying to convince Christians that God is not real. Many scientists are also people of faith, and they see no conflict between their scientific work and their religious beliefs. In fact, some scientists argue that their faith is actually strengthened by their scientific work, as they see the natural world as a testament to the power and majesty of God. This highlights the complexity and diversity of the scientific community and underscores the fact that there is no single monolithic view on the relationship between science and faith. In conclusion, the motivations behind scientists' attempts to convince Christians that God is not real are complex and multifaceted. While some scientists may see faith and science as mutually exclusive, others may be motivated by a desire to promote a more rational and evidence-based worldview, or to encourage people to think more critically about the world around them. Ultimately, the debate between science and faith is a deeply personal and philosophical one, and it is unlikely that a single perspective will ever be universally accepted. However, by engaging in open and respectful dialogue, scientists and Christians can work together to promote a deeper understanding of the world and our place within it.